Welcome everybody, it's RustyMoney here. This is a channel full of live streams, challenges, let's plays, and more. So I hope you enjoy this next creation. Welcome back to the channel everybody. It's your friend RustyMoney here. I believe we are now in episode 8 of this great challenge, the Island Preservation Challenge here on Ronîda Island for FS25, and I'm on PlayStation 5. Now, this challenge was created by our friend Crustu Farms, and you can find his link in the description, as well as all the other content creators taking on this challenge, and there's a whole list of them. I keep finding more and trying to keep the list updated, but check out the list in the description. Now, we are now into September. I believe we have moved a little bit ahead from the last episode. We only have $4,568, but we've got a few things to talk about. Number one is this old water well, barrel water well right there. I noticed recently in our friend Crustu's episode on that Polish map in the Triple Threat Challenge that I believe he was having difficulty loading water from this water well. Well, guess what? I ran into the same issue on this map with that water well. And everything was working perfectly until the latest update to the game. It seems that, I don't know, it seems like this water well point didn't like the recent game update. So I ended up, everybody, off camera. I apologize for the off camera, but I sold that. And I put down a new one in the same spot. And then it fixed the problem. My water tanker was filling up out of the water well. Now, what else? The other thing is our little Polish garden right here. It recently had an update as well, and now it seems to be operating slower, which that's okay. I do like this mod, so yeah, we'll keep using it. It just produces a little bit slower now. The other thing I want to discuss is our friend Artemis had said that if you take your trailer down to the store, hooked up to like a tractor, and you have your straps activated when you go across the sell point, of course you get paid, but if you deactivate the straps on a trailer and you go across the sell point down there, you get paid more. Well, I just tested that, everybody. So I broke the rule a little bit. And you may remember I had 2 more pallets of stones on top of these right here. So I sold a pallet of stones strapped to the trailer, and I got paid $88. And then I took a separate pallet of stones and sold it on the trailer without the straps on. And I still got paid $88. So, I don't know. We'll test that same theory again, but supposedly if you don't have your stuff strapped, you get paid more. Now, honestly thinking, I think there's a mod conflict on PC. I'm on console, and it seems to be working okay. So now we are going to go over here to our canned bean store, and we'll test that theory. Let's just test that theory quick. Other thing is I don't know if we can lift those. We're about to find out. So let's see if we can. Oh, I think we can. Sweet. We can lift the products from Insane Sim Guy's Improved Productions. Okay, let's take this one down. Just like that. Okay, everybody. And we're going to activate the straps. And we're going to go sell this one pallet of canned peas, 1,000 liters, and see what we get paid. So we'll go down here to the store and see what we get paid, and then sell a separate pallet without the straps activated and see what we get paid. Now I could have, I guess, put 2 pallets on here and only made 1 trip. I didn't even think about that until now. We're gonna sell all of my canned peas we can sell and see what kind of money we end up with. Alright, we have the straps on. Let's see what we get paid. $4,750. Okay. Nice. Okay, let's see what they're paying. Canned peas, $4,750. Okay, perfect. Now they do sell for $4,807 in March, but we're a long ways from March, and they're not selling too bad right now, so we're gonna sell them. Okay, now let's go get a pallet without the straps and see if we make more than $4,750. So now we're up to 9,319, and there's a couple of things I'd like to do with this money. It's a matter of when I decide to do it. Hopefully in like episode 9 we'll be able to buy our property to figure out our dream home. Yeah, and we're gonna take another tour on that too, I think, because I felt a little rushed at the end of the episode, and just to give you all a little bit more time to leave your input, we'll do it in this episode as well. Alright, so let's take one more pallet and we'll go sell this. And we'll see if we get paid more without the straps on. Now, I'm kind of wondering if we do get paid more, if it only is going to, if it's only doing this because it's like subtracting off. Shouldn't say like subtracting off, but like removing off the goods off the pallet like one by one. In my pallet of stones, it was like a big bag full of stones, so it's hard to like remove the capacity level in increments, if that makes any sense. And now with these pallets, you can see they're like wrapped in like 6 times 3, that is, or 4 times 3, that's 12. So they're wrapped in like little 24 packages, like a case, like almost. Alright, now let's see if we get more than 4,750. No straps. We actually got less. 4,747. Weird. Okay, I think, everybody, that it's working just fine here on console. I don't think we're gonna get paid extra if we don't have the, if we don't have the straps activated. I think that there's some conflict or something that's causing Artemis, our good friend Artemis, to be making more money. Or any of you PC players out there. Seems here on console it's working just about perfect. Alright, now we're going to load up the rest of the canned peas and make some money. Now we're all the way up to 14,000. That is really nice. This here is going to be some good money. So we got 4,000 times 6, 7. Wow. That's, this is going to be really nice, everybody. Yeah, in episode 8 then, or not 8, 9, we'll be able to buy our dream home property, I think. I'd like to just get it bought now, so then we can like slowly develop our build of our dream home. And as we go take these to sell them, let's just go on a little tour. I've kind of found a couple of different places now. A little bit better description of where I'd like to maybe build. Okay, let's and a couple I forgot about. All right. There we go. Let's put that up there. All right. So we got 7,000 liters of canned peas right now here in September. And in October, everybody, we will be selling our prickly pear marmalade. Now our eggs, I can't remember the situation with our eggs. Let's look at that. Our eggs, let's see, eggs. Ooh, they sell the best in November, so we should hang on to the eggs yet and wait and sell those in November then. And the prickly pear marmalade, we will sell in October for somewhere around $2,271. Alright, let's go sell these though down at the farmer's market for about $4,750. And we're gonna leave the straps on. $7,000 liters. This will be really nice money. That will help us through the next couple of months. Now we also have our oilseed radish ready to harvest, so then we can put new crop in that field at 100% fertilization. Okay, let's see now. I wanted to maybe get a shot of that, but alright, we'll just sell it. Ooh, wow, look at that. $33,190. We're at $47,257. That's nice. Alright, okay, so straight up this way, everybody, from the store is one of the places I was thinking about. And that is around through here. And then I think we cut kind of around these trees here over here. And then there should be a lonesome tree over here. Yeah, I see it now. Alright, well, here is one of the new locations, everybody. We will call this, well, let's just call it Lonesome Tree. There's a tree like right in the middle, but you could drive all the way around it. So somewhere in this area here, for instance, let's just show you. We would place a dream home, like maybe right tucked in there, or tucked back in here maybe. Yeah, just somewhere in this area by the Lonesome Tree. So that is one of the choices. Now, straight away from the Lonesome Tree, or straight across from it kind of, is then what I called Caveside. And this is kind of down in a little hole, so it'd have a little bit of landscaping to make it level. But somewhere down in here then, around these 3 or 4 trees, we would put in our dream home down there. So we'll call that Caveside. So far we got Lonesome Tree, Caveside, and then if we drive this way, I think if we go this way now, let's bring up the big old map. Oh, we're going the wrong way. We need to turn. Let's see. Are we going the right way? Let's turn here. Yeah, we're kind of going the right way now. We're getting there. We need to go kind of over this hill. This way. Yep, here we go. Oh, there we go, yeah. And then we have the one that you saw at the end of episode 7, Hilltop, as well. And that is right here. Right up here on this property. Then this would be called Hilltop. Somewhere up here we would put in our dream home, to where maybe we could position it to just look off over the hill, you know, over our starting plot towards the lake or the sea, the ocean, whatever you want to think of this as, that surrounds this island. So we got Lonesome Tree, Caveside, Hilltop, And then down here, we also were considering this, what looks like a flat area in the distance away from it, but somewhere right here, as you watch me kind of drive around in a circle, somewhere in this area, we would put the dream home, and we would call this Lakeside. And then I think, like, the last but not least, there's one more back towards the store after this point. This one here is kind of one of my, I think one of my least favorite, but I'm gonna go ahead and kind of show it. Let's go into the landscape screen here. We'll select the cabin, and I was thinking maybe something like here, putting it back in here, somewhere there, or maybe somewhere over here on these trees, yeah, somewhere on this side of the lake. So we would call this, how about we call this north side? So somewhere in this area then, north side, we could build the dream home. And then the last one, I do kind of like the idea of this last one, but we'll see what you all think. Alright, we gotta drive down this way. So we have Lonesome Tree, Cave Side, Hilltop, Lakeside, North Side, and then this last one that we're going to, we're going to call it the Cove. So it's over this way, kind of clear back to where we were, and as tossed around with it, the more and more I think about it, it's probably one of my getting to be one of my more favorite ones, but I will out of all of these tell you which ones my favorites are. I think I got three favorites. It's over here, and we'd have to maybe cut a trail into the trees, but then we could use those trees to build the dream home, or even the finishing farm. Alright, here we go up to the cove, everybody. Now, the placement of the dream home is, that's where I'm undecided, because this cove area is going to encompass two plots, 57 and 67. Let's, whoops, we kind of went on the other side of it there. Alright, here we go. I think we're kind of getting more towards the opening. Yeah, alright, here's the cove. So let's go into the landscape screen. And that is the cove. Right there. And that kind of, you can see that, like, outline of little grass area that kind of looks like the, what is that? It kind of reminds me of the state of Texas maybe a little bit, or Louisiana, the shape of it. Anyway, yeah, this would be the cove. And then on the PDA, you can kind of see it right here. It's right in there, that little green area. So you got plot 67 right here and plot 57. Okay. So let's review them quick. All right. We have Lonesome Tree, which is here in plot 48 in this area. It's right in there. That's kind of where Lonesome Tree is a little bit. Okay, and then Cave Side is kind of also in 48 down right there. And then you have Hilltop, and Hilltop is a little, not quite sure if I remember if that encompasses 52 or also 51, but it's gonna be, I think, somewhere in this area. Probably more so this area of 51 would be the Hilltop area. And then also you got Lakeside, which could be part of 42 right here or 43, depending on how far you would place the dream home back. And then we have North Side, which would be this area of 42. And then we have the last one, the Cove, right here on 67 and 57. So yeah, that's kind of it. And if you kind of look here then, we'll kind of maybe just drive the border. So this is the Cove. Kind of maybe just kind of drive this a little bit. Kind of tucks back that way if you want to think of it that way too. It's a pretty decent sized area actually. But yeah, there's the Cove right there. That's a pretty good area. Anyway, all right, let's get back to business. How about that? So, yeah, we'll let the decision making stretch clear into episode 9 for me to make a decision. So, yeah, lastly, everybody, we got the Lonesome Tree, Cave Side, Hilltop, Lakeside, North Side, and then the Cove. I'll try and put those locations in the description a little bit, maybe, if I remember, and that way you can kind of look in the description to help you make your decision, to help influence me, you know, where it should be. And oh yeah, we were gonna show you like my top 3, maybe my top 4. I'm just really up in air about a few of them, actually. The ones I like the most is, I really do like this Lakeside. I just don't know. Yeah, I don't know. So Lakeside would be one of them that I really like. The other one that I'm also kind of really growing on me would be the Cove, like a roundabout farm over here on 48 or not the cove, the Lonesome Tree, where we could have like a roundabout farm there on 48 around the Lonesome Tree. And then probably the next would be the cove. I do really like this right there. And we would even probably, be able to cut out an area of trees, maybe. That way that would overlook maybe the little business district area and the sea. I don't know. Just some ideas there. So my favorite would be Lonesome Tree, the Cove, and Lakeside. I do kind of, probably my last favorite one would be the Hilltop, I think. Alright, now we've got to deal with that oilseed radish, and we got to plow in that oilseed radish, and let's drop that there. And we'll grab my leased plow, which I know. I've been using my favorite plow again, everybody, but I just like this thing. There's a lot of smaller plows that you could utilize for this challenge, but the ones that I really want to, well, I shouldn't say the ones. There's a challenge, everybody, that I still would like to create towards the end of FS25 here, where I want to utilize some of that more struggling small stuff. Alright, well, we got to plow in this oilseed radish on our plot of land here, and then we got stones to pick up, and we can put new crop back in this field. But I think we're sitting really good now with that pea harvest. Did really well, and then turning our peas into canned peas, and we still got, I think it's like 26,000. Let's look. If we go down here and look in the palletizer, well, not the palletizer, wrong thing, the preserved food factory. If we go down through, let's see, up here, yeah, you can see there are peas. We still have over 25,000 liters of peas in there. So, we had over 40,000, I think. I can't remember exactly what the number was. So, I mean, to me, it's not like totally overpowered. It's still got, more than about half of probably what we had. I think it was somewhere around 47,000. That we had in there for peas, so I don't think that those small little factory points, if you will, are like totally overpowered. I feel that they produce the perfect amount, in my opinion, actually, and that's what more of the in-game stuff should produce at a speed. That's just my opinion, though. Yeah, once we get into October, it might be all the way through all of our peas into canned peas, but that's alright. Okay. There we go. And I'm thinking that I'm gonna do canola in this field as well, everybody. And just have a really nice canola harvest. We've got 2 fields of wheat, and then this time have 2 fields of canola. So I think I will go ahead and we'll put canola on this field as well. Now we really don't have anything to, you know, turn our canola into anything. So we'll probably just sell it or even hang on to it. Now we're still leasing tractors. We had to go ahead and lease another Mahindra here because our other Mahindra was running out of fuel, and this tractor mod will not fill up with fuel either on console or PC. So if you missed it in my latest episodes, this tractor is gonna be hopefully get an update released to the mod hub, everybody. And from information I was told, this tractor pack is also gonna have more features as well, other options, if you will. Now let's drop that. So not only is the refill of fuel gonna be fixed, but it's also gonna have some other options. Alright, let's get our stones picked up. Buckets over here because we had to move our bucket because we put down a new water well, which seems to be working now. And like I said, everybody, it was working perfectly. It's probably my most favorite water point, thanks to our friend Zorch Farming. That was one of the mods he chose for us to have the option to use in the competitive multiplayer one-tile challenge on farmlands. Alright, let's take our favorite stone picking bucket over here and pick up our stones and put canola in the field. Yeah. So I think we'll pick up stones and put canola in this field, everybody, with our spreadable seeder. So let's maybe try and do a time lapse. Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed a little bit of that time lapse there as we finished picking up the stones and started seeding in this new canola in this field. Not much of it left to do. I will probably go ahead and roll the field off camera. And then in the next episode, I believe, we'll not only hopefully buy our property for our dream home, but also be harvesting our one wheat field because our chickens need more feed. But I think they'll be okay until we get into October. But we almost got this all fertilized, seeded with canola. Used sales. I don't think there was much of anything new in used sales, really. We can look at that quick here. Just turn back around and get the rest of the field there. Used sales. There's a Volvo wheel loader, but not interested. That's all that's in there for right now. Oh, there goes a lease payment. Alright, well, we got the canola all seeded in, everybody. And now it's time to roll the field. Alright, let's put the seeder over here by our container. Other container shed where we make the prickly pear marmalade. We'll grab the roller and roll the canola field. But yeah, I think that wheat field right there in front of the tractor will be ready in the next episode, hopefully. Go ahead and get this ready to start rolling. There we go. We're off to rolling the field, everybody. But I think we're going to conclude this episode here. So if you enjoyed it, please make sure you drop a tasty treat on that like button, which is better known by myself as a crop battery and by you all people as delicious donut. Don't forget to leave us a comment in the comment section, and please share a box of donuts with all your friends and family by sharing the videos and the live streams from the channel. But from myself, RustyMoney, we'll see you all on the flip side. Have a good one. Thank you, everybody. Please like, subscribe, and comment.